here we go. So, I did have to take some time to think of, hey, what am I going to play? And this is what I came up with. I first thought, hey, maybe we could do some Mario, like Super Mario Q Randomizer. And then I went, nah, I don't really want to get dragged into that. Because I don't like playing short settings. Like, I play modern, what I would call medium settings. So, I don't know. And then I just kind of went through and I'm like, yeah, let's do something that I can do just short and sweet and have some fun with. Because I played this game a ton on the Xbox, like on my friend's Xbox. I haven't played pretty much anything on this. So, let's decide what night I want to be. Let's go Green Knight, just because why not? So. Yeah. Alright, so that's that. Let's see, what am I dealing with? Okay, that's really all I need for now. I don't need to know the basics of combat. I understand the basics of combat. I probably skipped a weapon, actually. It doesn't matter. So this is, yeah, I lose agility, and that's what I want. Ah, come on, they are just... That's what I want to do. Because this is how I farm EXP a bit. Come on. Because it's not based off of, hits. I'm sorry, it's not based off of kills. It's based off of hits. There we go. Come on. Come on. I guess I should just get kills right now. Okay, I got the axe. That's good. Again, I just need to pick up weapons to keep them, and we're good. And I don't really need the coins, because well, I do, but it's not going to be my main source of income. And, yeah, I'm going to be using a bit of a strange build, so it's more of an EXP build than anything. Because, as I said, those are what I do to get experience most of the time, unless they change something and I didn't know about it. But we're also nowhere near that point. So that's my guard. That's my switches. That's magic. Did I get hit with an arrow? Damn it. Yeah, of course, I am very much a paper tiger by the way I like to play. So, we'll, let's do that. Ooh, health? So, that's actually a decent defensive thing. So, let's see. I don't have enough for either of these things. Oh, I could get a potion. Right. I'm using a Switch controller. That means my buttons are all screwed up. So, I need to go here anyway. And I want to see if I have some things. Mainly if I have the lollipop. I do have the lollipop. The lollipop is a great weapon. In that it is 5 agility. With no real downsides. I've got a lot of interesting stuff here. That I can't equip. But since I'm focusing on agility right now, as part of this build, then, yeah. Yeah, this is something that I've never really been comfortable with, but okay. Like, this whole thing. Anyway! Yeah, I'm not a fan of the screen shake. That, too, is also weirding me out. Gooey internal stuff. Not my favorite thing to deal with. I will never be fully adjusted to it. Do I get... Let's see. What? Hidden fruit from trees, that's fine. What do you get? Strength, yeah, that's strength increase. I don't need that. What do you give me? Control regenerates health. Don't need that. That does damage. That's something. That crosses water. Hang on. Right, I don't have the uppercut, so I can't gain height. What does the ram give me? I know I don't have the giraffe, which makes things easier. Ram knocks down enemies. It's not super helpful. That makes water crossing easier. What does the cat give me? Again, I don't remember most of these things off the top of my head. I picked up the troll again on accident. Son of a bitch! Like, this is why this selection system kind of is a little annoying. Oh, increases my agility, which is what I want for now. Dump everything into agility. Oh, right. Oh, no. I'm getting knocked around a bit. This is not getting me experience? Huh. Well, I guess that's fine. So I guess I should just die and be done with it. Okay, yep, that's a problem. But, yep, that's also a problem. Mainly because they are faster than me somehow. Whatever. I wasn't getting experience, I wasn't getting money. So there was no point in me doing that. Yeah, you can see my gauge going up based on my hits. Not on damage, not on kills, but on hits. So... So this is why I like agility, so I can do this kind of shit. And just dance across the map, like at high speed. And if I need to kill something, I can use the archery. Once I get enough agility, I can just go across the screen like this. And I can just juggle shit. It's great. So this is why I like to use agility builds. At least for most character classes. Some characters have really good magic. Green Knight is so-so. But I know, like, Lightning is really good, because it just can't be blocked. And Ice is amazing. So. See, that's the other thing. It's like, ground combos are fine. But... Oh, you actually stopped. I thought I missed my shot at you. There we go. Oh, that water is... I don't remember that water slowing things down as much. I need to come back here with bombs, maybe? Yeah, that looks like a bomb rock. Unfortunately, this thing is a bit hard with this build. But I will get through it, it's fine. Come on, let me attack, please. And I just slid right through it, that's fine. I just need to spam arrows at this point. There we go. You're now dead, and that's fine. And that killed its minions, too. Lovely. Yeah, so that's the downside of this build. I am not great against bosses I can't juggle. But that'll solve itself once I can fight the troll. And this is why I don't want to put strength in my build just yet. Because, hey, if I'm hitting more hits on the troll, it spawns more of the weak guys. Which I can then, you know. Yeah, so it'll spawn more of the weak guys, which I can then, of course, get more guys to hit more hits, and then, you know, do great damage. Well, not great damage, but gain levels really fast. It's actually really surprising, and lots of health drop with that fight too, so it's really useful to max out. See, so the thing about poison that makes it really useful is it's a lot of extra ticks of damage. Ugh. Come on. We're gonna have to do this on the ground just because I can't juggle up a staircase. At least not well. Yeah, I want to get all the money I can, though, to stay up on that curve and just... There we go. That is just corpse juggling, and that is fine. Hey, another 15 gem. Like a 15 gem. Well, that sucks. I am just short of an experience. Well, I'll level up during the fight, I guess, so that'll help. Hang on, I need to turn down the sound in my ear. Because, I forgot. Castle Crashers is loud. See, I love when you fight this giant guy before you fight the big guy enemy types. Oh! Yeah, I forgot that thing's range. But that's fine. Flying arrows! And if you'll notice, now that he's at half, they will start taking away princesses. Woo! Just dance and dodge. It's real easy. It's not a hard fight. Especially because he can damage his allies. Oh, that bottle burns? That sucks. Of course, the problem with the Green Knight's magic is it doesn't generally work on all bosses. Yeah, all this money is really nice. Like, not having to share it is great. But if I ever need more money, what I have to do is just, yeah, if I ever need more money, I just have to refight that boss, which becomes easier as I get higher level. So, I've got more points, dump it all into agility. Like, I could almost have my next spell level if I really wanted to. So, yeah, since I believe the troll is the boss of the forest. Yeah, so this is actually pretty good. Ow. Damn chomps. And I might as well take this for now. Oh! Yeah, he just grabs me off of it. That sucks. Yeah, I can't juggle the big guys easily. There's a way to do it. Oh, but he just grabbed me out of the air. You die. You die now. So yeah, I can get him up in the air, it just takes some work. And it's, you know, I can't really juggle him across the screen. So this is the downside of the agility build. But I just have to do this. Because I can kill him, it just takes a bit of work. Okay. Get some health. Yeah, you can also juggle doing this too, which is very useful. Except for knights, except for these thieves are very much the kind of enemies who like to spam ranged attacks when they can. See? Like, they are just ready to fire arrows when they can. Way more than the barbarians. L, I don't need it, but I was getting it out of habit, really. Man, all these guys are giving me food, and that's great, I guess. Wait, did he also eat the food? Because that's less great. Yep, they can eat the food. I didn't know that. I mean, ultimately, it's fine. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh, no. I will say, strength builds can get you through the game. There's certainly nothing wrong with them. Strength builds, magic builds. I mean, hell, I've even done a defense build before. Okay, I played this game a lot. I think the one I had the worst time with was the defense build, because it really doesn't... You can survive anything, but you're not killing things quickly, you're not moving quickly, you don't have some very good damage output. It's just rough. Having defense is a nice support, though, because, again, it means you stay in the game longer and don't burn as many potions, don't burn half the gear, really, that you normally would. Yeah, everything's getting so scared and shooting itself. See, I don't need the sea dragon to get me across faster when I can just ride the enemies in the air. And if I really need to, I can do that. And just use my bow. Yeah, so the bow archery gets kind of crazy on the simple grounds of, hey, you're adding more damage. You're also adding fire rate, at which you get high enough, I think. Because everything speeds up for having higher agility. So I'm gonna probably try and farm, I'm gonna farm as many levels as I can off this boss. Yeah, I don't know what knight I originally did this through, because I had to have done some knight progress to have some of these weapons. And, animals, like pets. So, again, I don't remember. Why am I not able to hit you again? Ugh. Ah. Come on, just die so I can get my weapon back. Oh, you're just gonna run? You're not gonna fight? Okay, then I just need to do this. Get as many kills as I can. I want as much money as possible. Yeah, so this is why I want to have high agility here. Because again, look at how many things I can get. Look at my... You can see the bar going up. But it's... Yeah, this is not a hard boss per se. The only problem I have is I don't want to kill it. Because look at all these, yeah. Because I want to keep farming experience, but I also don't have quite enough agility to make this a perfect farm. Ow! But I also have to be careful not to let them group up too much, otherwise, yeah. They can really hurt me. So I want to get to at least level 10 off this, maybe higher. Oh no! Yeah, so they all swarm me. That's fine. That is perfectly fine. Look at me now. I am super fast. Still not strong though, but once we max out agility, I can then put everything into strength. Possibly magic. I'll probably start balancing between the two. Defense will be the last thing I invest in. But now that I have more speed, I should be able to do that more safely. But I gotta sit through the stage again, so that's fine. It's fine. Look at how fast I can fire this thing now. For 28 damage. It's pretty nice. Oh, no, I'm getting caught. But I do think defense is useful to put points into. There's some optimum build for what I'm trying to do here, but I don't care enough to try and figure it out. Mainly because they're just kind of weird on me. They're being a little weird on me and squirrely. You... Yeah, ow. See what I mean, though, about how sometimes they just like to go arrows on me? Yeah, I'm not quite happy with the sound balance I got going here, but it is what it is. Okay, now I'm a little bit annoyed at that. What? You saw that, where they just suddenly were like, Oh, you pushed us over the cliff? We're immediately on the ground now. Our height does not matter. He shot the wall and died. That is, quite something there. Yeah, I can basically if I have an enemy I can levitate over things, it's pretty fun. Oh, that's not great. I'm at low health. There's chicken. Not in this one, I don't think. Yeah, that's another sword that I already have. Okay. Yeah. I can't skip these, so... This is one of those things where it's like, if you can get the setup right the first time, it's great, but, you know, not always. And dead now. That's fine. Oh, come on. So now I'm 10, but I want to keep... Again, I want to grind as high as I can. This is also why I did not originally think, hey, these things can, that enemies can eat food, but I guess that some enemies can. So, hey. Oh no, not good, not good. Don't let them get me in the corner. Well, you know what I mean. Don't let them surround me. And we got a turn, which is great. Though I think we're at the point where I'm starting to get less returns on levels. Or is that 20? But after a certain point, like levels right now are giving me 2 points a level, but they stop doing that once I get above a certain threshold. Okay, come on. Well, we're about to hit 12, and that's going to be good. Yeah, so doing this on hard, I was able to max out, but I'm having a bit of trouble getting started. And again, part of it is the boss likes to come and say hi, which sucks. Because then I start killing the boss. But yeah, this is how back on the Xbox I did farm a character all the way to max level for the sake of trying to get through hard, which yeah, things will one-shot you even with max defense on hard, so it's also where you learn defense is a worthless stat. Like, a few points is nice for normal, but hard is just like, hey, no. Anyway, that's the end of that. So I'm level 12. That's fine. Okay, got my buttons. I'm good. I know my jump. I know that. This is a pretty simple section, all things considered. Like, again, you just gotta read things, and they will group at doors, so... See? Yeah, as long as you stay in the middle of the pack or so, you're not in any real danger. You just gotta read jumps, and it's pretty simple at that point. Though that one's a little bit of a nasty one. I think this is randomized though, so you can't really do it blindfolded as far as I know, but I'm not 100% on that. I suppose it's really fine. Yeah, doing this without hitting anything in multiplayer is a completely different task. Because, yeah, you really gotta react at that point. Because, yeah, you don't have anyone to lead you into those things. And there we go, damageless. Get me on this. Ah! What the crap? It's just like, hey, rock immediately. Again. I would love to be able to actually ride something for now. And not immediately get dealt with like that. Ugh. Freaking bats. Yeah, having archery is really helpful for this. You know? So I've got a good DPS for most of what I have to do now. Oh, God. There you go. Get the bat off. Shit. Now I'm in a bit of a bind. Simply because, hey, these things are a pain in the ass tanky, so I can't melee them. Well, I can, it's just not going to go well. So yeah, this is an agility build. Okay. Okay, see, that's the other thing that makes this weird. Oh, right, this is a simple one to deal with. So, do that, and now... How did you not get hit by that? Whatever. Okay, come on, hold the position. So that's 3 levels on this mission, so that's pretty good. Okay, should be reloaded now. I just need you to get over here and... Bam! Yep, 10 damage for hitting the boat. There we go. Keep firing. Yeah, I just wanted that thing dead. So now we're through those 2 levels. Yeah, see, 14, like 1,000 experience is amazing. It's amazing. So I have 8 points, which means, hey, yes, I have max agility. That's great. We're probably gonna go magic up until the next thing, and then we'll... Well, maybe. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But look at this. So now I have a super strong attack thing I can do. I thought there was something here. Do I need to dig? I might need to dig for it. It's fine. The bears. Again, look at this. It makes my life easy to be able to do that, but I can also still juggle. So this is why I like my agility build. Even though, hey, I don't do as much damage per swing as other things, I can do this. So the ram is just a pain in the ass here, but it's fine. What? How did I lose that one? Yeah, this is normally a pretty tough fight, but because I have rapid fire arrows. Oh. I can be a little bit sloppy. And take shit that I don't really need. Come on, get me that back. Yeah, now having the giraffe really makes that farm section amazing. Come on, yeah, you just die, big guys. Yeah, this guy now has the boss moves, so. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have arrows in the air. And this is a whole, hey, you have a shield. Yeah, you can run it. You don't... And again, I have archery, so... I do love how that guy goes like, oh shit, but doesn't stop firing. What you got? Come on. A little bit of health. Again, I need a lot more. I'm pretty weak. So I need to come back here with a sandwich, I believe. Okay. I want to at least get into the cave before I do anything more. No. Why do I feel like I don't have all my moves yet? I suppose it's fine, but... Yeah, we're about to meet up with the most annoying enemies in the game. The freaking slimes. But, again, I have a ranged option, and I'm happy to use it. Yeah, this magic can do stuff similar. But this just, again, it provides me a degree of safety against enemies I don't want to fight. Including the super heavies that I can't juggle. So agility is actually a very powerful build in that regard. It is a safe and powerful build. But not as effective as magic. Come on! Yeah! I just nuked him with archery. That's what I did. It's great. That's normally a rather annoying boss, you know? But, given what I had... Of course, I didn't get as much EXP for that as I rightfully could. So I'm gonna go back and grab a shop, which is right here. Not the cheapest one of these, but 15 for bombs. I do need bombs for... There we go, got all my bombs. And I've still got a good amount of cash, but what I want to do is... Yeah, if I could go to the castle store, that's the cheapest potions, but... I suppose it doesn't matter. There we go, topped off on potions. Again, it won't matter unless I remember to equip the damn things, but hey. So I got everything I need, I think. I will need to buy more sandwiches, and I will need the shovel. Which I don't remember where the shovel is. Man, I turned down my headset, and this is still very powerful in my ears. Like, this is a loud game. Okay? That's really all I have to say about it. But it is, it's a good game. It is a fun beat-em-up, you know? I took one hit and I'm down like half my health, aren't I? Well, in light of that... Let me in. Oh, come on. That's fine. So these guys can't be juggled, so... This is actually pretty dangerous, so what I'm doing is just, pinning him down with arrows. Because I can just chain him up in the air like that. That is actually amazing. Alright, hang on. Let's fall back and then I could do this. Okay, that's fine. Well, no, give me back this. I want my extra agility. Okay. Okay. Let's keep going. Yeah, I'm switching mashing one button for mashing another. Hey, I got another level. That's great. I didn't realize I could infinite combo with arrows. That is something else. It's gonna... Well, yeah, not having any defense is gonna be a problem later. But, for now, we're gonna take all the food. And money. Okay. Whoa! You're throwing bombs at me. Eat arrows, assholes. Yeah, normally you have a hard time even swinging to get those. Because, yeah, they are heavyweights. They are heavier enemies than most other enemies in the game. Like, they're in the heavyweight class. They drop faster. There's like 3 tiers of enemies. Lightweights, which are incredibly rare. The heavyweights, which, you know, do that. And the normal weights, which you can juggle around, you can do fun stuff with. Like, your basic combos, you can lock them down. And I guess there's also the boss class, which can't really be juggled. So I guess the super heavyweights? I don't know what they're called. I just kind of have name. I just kind of call them what I call them. Oh! Eat arrows! I am the lightning archer. Fear me. You don't have enough speed to keep up with me. What? You want something? You want some more? Okay, come on. Okay, ow. You saw that, right? You just gonna win. What the fuck? Okay. Yeah, that was, You just instantly killed me with a combo, and that's where this is having a problem. So that kind of changes how I have to deal with that boss. I'm not used to him rushing me down that fast, but he is quite fast. There is a heavy combo like you can do that'll juggle the heavyweights, but it's hard to pull. Shit, these columns, I don't remember them very well. Yeah, food does not heal me a full hit. Now I just gotta sit this through. This thing is pretty safe, kind of. Like, it's pretty easy because it warns you it's gonna blast stuff, so. So as long as you're not standing on the X's, you're fine. Come on! Stop that shit! Okay, let's pop a potion just as... Yeah... Why can't I dodge roll? Come on, now you're dead. So that's how boss fights are kind of going to go for now. I don't remember him being that aggressive. I love how you just, like, you do nothing. You do absolutely nothing while that goes on. Anyway. You get off, so I don't have to deal with you. I've got a boss that's gonna come up on my ass that won't be a problem because of this. I found the spot. Yeah, they can't get on here without, as long as I keep firing. Come at me, bro. Oh, but I gotta watch out for the bombs. That's gonna be a problem. I'm sorry, what? Ow! Can I have a fucking moment, please? Yeah. I got instantly wrecked by that. Like, the fact that I got knocked up immediately after a respawn is quite frustrating. You're just, yeah, I'm just gonna be spamming this through that. You die. Okay. Oh, the thieves are already at that, so. Hang on, let me just run over here, grab all this. Ow! Didn't want to do that. I wanted to do this. Come at me! Get through my flurry of arrows! This is an agility build at work, boys. Don't get me wrong, you can do a lot with a strength build or a magic build too. In fact, I think magic's a little bit more universally useful because enemies don't resist it as much. And... okay, let's grab these free health. Okay. Come at me. Man, I'm just having to... this is gonna destroy my hands. Because I'm having to mash for all this junk. It's fine, though. Come at me. That's really all I can say. Yeah, normally those slimes are a whole big mess of a problem, but since I have a very powerful bow, they're less of a problem. Okay, this section. So, this is, yeah, this is also a pain when you have a huge agility difference between your party and you. And I leveled up. Lovely. Ow. Can we stop throwing bombs, please? Ugh. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, probably what I'm going to do is put enough points into it. Yeah, I need to put a ton of points into agility and not agility, strength and magic. Get those up to effective levels to do some things. Though this is pretty effective, you know. I really can't say that I'm dissatisfied with my choices here. I am just glass cannon all the way. You guys need to just stay down so I'm not getting thrown, so you stop throwing bombs at me. Hmm. So I'm no longer just staying in the air, I'm just spamming arrows. The fact that it's working is the thing that's really getting me. Gotcha! Awesome. Anyway, Dragon Knights. They are of the normal class. And they go down like they go down easy because they don't have the enhanced defense. Yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah, you're not that bad of ow, except for when you do this shit and you're pinning me in. Is he matching my stats or something? Because this is ridiculous. I made him U-turn into lava. I will say agility builds are also kind of asshole builds online. Because outside of archery, I'm not doing much. And, here's the kicker, I can grab a shit ton of money with the enhanced speed I have. Though they're not the best PvP builds. Like, that is a thing. Okay. 2 more points, putting them both into those. I'm gonna put a couple of points into defense later. Let's stop by the Volcano store. Because I need your sandwiches. Yeah, oh, it's only 13 here. That's pretty good. Bombs are a bit more expensive, though. Let's take Spiny. Because I don't think I have it, and having more defense means I'm not gonna die as easy. Why does that say level 10? Like, is that... I mean, I was at a 10 and a red out. I should be able to use that. I am level 15, but I don't have 10 strength, is what it is. Anyway, let's do the lava world now. This is going to be a little bit rougher, but I've got some points of strength, so... So that's the downside of that. Okay, come on. Eat arrows. That's really all I have to say. Yeah, the other thing is about defense that they don't tell you is that it increases the amount you heal. Because it's all percent-based stuff, too. So you take less damage, you heal more damage, and it's all around a very good... It's very useful for, you know, surviving. But not good for killing. Which is the other half of that equation. So if I just needed to stay alive, then yeah. Okay. Ow. Ow. I don't like being cast magic upon. You need to die if you're gonna do that. Okay, so what we're gonna do is kill you. And then we're gonna do this. And now we're good. The only problem we have now is I've got more items, so it takes me longer to switch back. No active volcanoes? What the hell do you think this is? I think we are in the middle of that. In the middle of an active volcano. Yeah, so enemies start doing magic at you. It's a whole thing. I don't have the jump or the, I think the first... I don't forget if it's jump or light magic, but you can do air fireballs and shit, and it's actually pretty useful for getting out of a jam. Boom, 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 boom. I'm not sure this defense is being that helpful. But, alright. Oh! Trying to catch me on Wake Up with a fireball. I'm gonna snooze on that one. Ow! Yeah, so when they're glowing like that, it's the same aura I get when I'm about to do magic. But I don't fire a fireball, I just fire a magic blast like that. It's not super chunky. It's just, again, it scales off my magic stat, and that's not been properly developed at this point. Come at me. Yeah. Okay, light class. Ow. Hmm. I didn't think it took you this long to get your full move set, but I know I'm missing some stuff, so... Because there's like some weird spin move I used to do, and... Come at me. Come on. You can get through this hail of arrows, right? Should go right through your bones? No? Cowards. So yeah, these are heavy knights. So they're taking 29, not the 32 that the lightweights take. Yeah, which means I really can't do a bunch of juggle stuff that I normally like to do with them. With these kind of groups, but, yeah, you know. They also throw magic. And that is a big problem. Here we go! Oh, come on. Eat arrows. Got the juggle a bit. Which is fine. The fact that I can do this better with a bow than I can my actual weapon is something. Right? Hey! Healing. Yeah, this is also one of the games where stage hazards are a problem for you. And they do damage to the enemy, but it's not as dangerous for them as it is for you. Now, the funny thing, if you can believe me, on hard, I managed to get to the, I managed to get all the way to the, desert. Oh my god, that's the thing that makes this a pain. I don't want to deal with you. Sorry, what? I didn't see what hit me there, because it certainly wasn't magic. And it certainly wasn't one of these assholes. Anyway, let's recover some, where's my bow? There's my bow. Yeah, let's recover some of that. Because thankfully we're now through the hard part of this mission, I'd say. Mainly because I have to melee that. Yeah, so this is going to be a whole thing. Get me up here. And just decide to let me hit you at this point. It's really all I can say. Oh my god, this is just insanely easy for me. I have found the broken build for me. May not be fast, but it is very good. Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Like, look, I get the whole enemies are incredibly resistant to the damage type, but it's still one of those, like, yeah, usually the hazards aren't your friends. So, it is what it is. Yeah, and there we go. More in strength and magic, because those will be helpful later. I still have enough sandwiches, so we can start on the industrial castle and keep going. But there we go. Okay, Clockwork Knights. Oh yeah, not gonna lie, it's great. It's also was really helpful when I was doing leveling stuff once I got the giraffe. But for now, it's certainly enough to get me through what I need to get through. Gotta watch out for those bombs. Come on. And I am just fine with being a bit of a paper tiger. Okay, and then there we go. Here. Okay, trap. Yeah. Need to get this health. Just to... Again, I'm just so vulnerable right now. There we go. Come on, let's start riding up and then, that is working out a lot better than I was expecting, because they couldn't get behind me. Out. I don't think I have anyone actually unlocked on this on this file, because yeah, I really haven't played that much on Steam, so I really can't say. I do have the DLC stuff, but I don't really have anyone unlocked, so it's all just using one of the default knights. Ow, gear magic. I remember that being a lot of fun when I was playing on the Xbox. But I really need to just pay more attention when they're trying to cast at me. Uh... Okay. Yeah, let's get away from that. This is surprisingly safe. That's really all I can say about it. Okay. Yeah, so I haven't gotten to this point with any character, but I apparently had progress with some might, because that's how I had some animals I didn't have. I shouldn't have had at the beginning of the game. So. That works. This is surprisingly safe this way. Ow! Oh man, I had to decide I had to make a choice, and okay, wow. This is yeah, I mean I do too. I played a ton on the Xbox, and I did get pretty much everything done, and I played through a ton of characters, but doesn't matter when it's not on the platform I'm playing on. This is a bit of a tricky one for me right now. There we go. Just because getting in line with it means I have to be at risk for damage. Yep. Okay. And I'm just gonna have to find a safe spot on the boat. Yeah, that's not bad EXP, I guess. Then again, it's a lot easier when I do have better options. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, weapons were a real pain to farm. Because luck on those drops. And the beekeepers are rare. Like, I think they only show up... There's only like 2 of them that show up, period, outside of the Necromancer fight. And I don't think anything can drop weapons in the Necromancer fight. I mean, it's kind of also, this is the only map where these ninjas show up too, but they're easy enough. Yeah. Yeah. Just gotta write this out. Okay. Man, I'm lucky that none of these guys are cast. Speak of the devil, they're trying to cast at me. Ow! This is a problem. And they smacked me out of the air. Air combos are my only saving grace at this point. Okay, yeah, these guys are just way too nimble to try an air combo for me. There we go. Now, one of the most vital pieces of equipment for collection. The shovel. Okay. Yeah. I mean, again, they're pretty good generic builds to beat the game within a glass. Is really all I have to say on that. Wait. I don't think there's anything... There might be something in one of these dig spots, but I don't think I need it. Eh. Well, now I got a pair of boots. That does nothing for me. It has been years, though, since... So I don't remember where anything is. I just remember playing this on hard was just... This is as far as I got, because everything in here one-shots you. Period, and, yeah. That was, I don't believe I did. Just because I'm not... I mean, I'm really just playing and have fun, so I'm not overly concerned with, trying to get everything again. I cannot get this line up because of the sit. There we go. Ow. That was a bad trade. But yeah, as I said, I haven't overly been concerned with trying to pick up every single weapon and item. So. Oh, these guys. I don't like these guys. Oh, okay, yep. They're just so tanky, and they're just... There we go. They're also in here. Ah, damn it, I looked away, and then I tried to mash arrows, and I threw bombs. Well, as long as I have at least one, I'll be okay. And I can always just run back and get more. Ah. Yeah, I guess I don't need to worry about dig spots for now. You guys can just die. Not gonna lie, that is surprisingly satisfying to be able to take those big guys out like that. Yeah, again, I know block is amazing, but it's just I'm way out of the habit of blocking. It's is that my block? Yeah, no, he just kind of charged right through it. Interesting. Didn't do anything for it, or I guess I just blocked too late. Oh well. Again, it doesn't matter. Just gotta spam arrows until everything dies at this point, because I am just so. Oh, that time it worked. And it's now gotten stuck on a tree? Okay. That's a bit hilarious. Yeah. Come on, let's see what's in here. This looks important. Another boot. I really should just stop. Oh, right. Okay, I'm gonna need to... My build is not great for what's about to come up. Ow. I kind of, yeah. He just managed to dodge around my block, and I was trying to react to it. Oh. There we go. We're getting the blocking. Okay, there we go. Just gotta watch out for the bombs. Oh, there we go. Yep. Isn't that the one where you have to, you basically have to get the race suit? It's a race here, so. Or is that one of the other animals I'm thinking of? It's the race. Okay, that's not helping. Okay. Ah, man, I'm too busy blocking, and the Yeah, and these guys just keep sneaking up on me while I'm trying to block off stuff. And unfortunately, blocks don't work on magic. Oh, a dig spot? Oh, okay. Hey. Only one of us is supposed to be using arrows here. And that's me. Oh, Zebra's the chase. Ah, right, right. So I am unfortunately not well equipped for this fight. Ah, shit, I switched my weapon. Ah, well, that's fine. I mean, I'm not in any danger of dying to this fight. It's just... it's gonna be a little bit slow because of this build. I suppose I'm making it work, though. Oh, Alien Hominid. What an interesting enemies in game. Oh, and then here's the second one. Right. Just, come on. Yeah, it's not a hard boss. It's just, you know, it's always in the air, so I can't, I have to air combo, and that's, not where my strength lies right now. Yeah, strength builds can really, make quick work of this one. Come on! There we go. And I was doing a pretty good air combo chain there, too. Starting to get back into the swing of that. Which is good. And here we go. Oh, yeah. No. Multiplayer is just crazy. Getting all of that. It's quite a sight. Let's see. Yeah. So I think this is... I thought there was something over here, but I guess not. Not important, then. Okay. Time for some air combos. This is not a bad place to get EXP. Assuming I can keep in the air. Which I'm having a bit of trouble with. Come on. Let me get some health. It's fine. Again, I'm mostly just doing this to have fun. So I'm not too worried about getting crazier weapons or anything. And I think the lollipop's +5, so it's good enough most of the time. Yeah, I have the 2 different cats. That's also agility plus. Yeah, but I took this because I was taking enough hits. I took the Spiny because I was taking enough hits, and then I have the giraffe for, I think, giraffe's experience? I don't know. I'll run back to the blacksmith to switch back weapons after I get through these 2 levels. I just love how ridiculous this is. Yeah, it's fine. This timer is not even this timer's a joke at this point. Okay, come on, keep going. There you go. Healing. Yeah. I know the giraffe was very worth it, because it's, because I used it when I was farming XP on the troll, when I was trying to max level to it, like back on the Xbox. And I was able to get quite a few levels doing that. And more more juggle combos. You know what? This is slow. Wait, can I? I didn't realize I could do that. That is very worthless, but I can fire my bow while on this camel. Oh, that does nothing for me, but it's kind of silly. And that's 18. Yeah. So I'm guessing it's 20 where I start getting one skill point a level, I think. Because I know that cuts down at some point. I just don't remember when it was. Oh well. I should get off to kill faster, but this is just kind of fun. Yeah, let's just do that. Ow. This is just going to be faster. Except for they're going to keep trying to jump on the camel, and that's going to be a problem. Yeah. Yeah, the catfish is also pretty good because, again, it doesn't really matter your strength on it. It's going to take it, unless it's stunned, it just takes no damage. Like, it takes like 1 HP of damage a hit, so it's not a bad place to farm. I just, you know, because it's EXP on hit, I just think the sheer amount of enemies by the troll is faster. It's just, it's a slower setup. So, yeah. Come on. Yep. I am faster than your damn mount, and there's nothing you can do about it. Anyway, got the zebra. I'll keep the giraffe because I want to level faster. Okay. And these scorpions are... Yeah, I don't think they get big XP, actually. Well, they're just not worth killing most of the time, at least. So, this is a bomb spot. Except I need 2, and I wasted 1. Well, that's a problem, but not a big one. So, I'm missing out on that cat, unfortunately. Oh well. Not a big deal, I can always come back and get it later. Ooh, money. Yeah, so this build, hopefully I can get enough strength before I have to really get into the end game. Because I might just stop dumping into magic after, I might stop dumping into magic after I get my first magic level, which I think will be this, by the end of this. Like my first extra magic skill. And just dump everything into strength for the final boss, where I really can't use magic. I probably could have one-shot most of those guys because they were archers. Yep. Yeah, that's true. Again, your class magic does play a lot into what can and can't work for some characters. I know my poison is just not great for a lot of things. Like, it's consistent, but it's probably one of the weaker magic types, if I'm being honest. Because, like, fire does the same thing, but... Like, fire does the same thing, but it hits harder, if I remember correctly. Like, you can actually use it a bit more at range. It's a bit more useful. The freeze on ice is just amazing. So is shock from the lightning one, which I forget what color that was. Ooh, gotta get out of that. Right. Well, this is a bit more of a... Okay, I thought you have to bounce up and down. How come you got to just ride the wall on me? That's not fair. Can't see you. I remember these guys' magic is pretty awesome. Once it's leveled up. But, like, that arrow rain can do a lot of damage. It's pretty nice. Ah, yes, volleyball. Not great. Come on. Didn't mean to hit it again, but that's fine. Ow! I thought I was the only one who got the opportunity to attack through that. Yeah. I remember those two being fun. Yeah, 1000 EXP isn't bad. And I now have Alien Hominid unlocked. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna dump everything else I have into strength at this point. So that's gonna be another 4 points. Should make things easy. But easier. But let's go back to the blacksmith and change out weapons. Let's see. Anything that I don't think there's anything particularly useful for me. We'll take the lollipop at +5. So yeah, got that. Yeah, that's what I got weapon-wise. Nothing I really want to use. Oh! Well, that requires level 35, doesn't it? Yeah, so I can't use it. But that would be nice. Because it's that plus agility, so... It's magic and agility. No real downsides. Yeah, I do have this, but... Again, I don't want to lose strength at this point. I need it for... Well, I need damage for... I need aerial damage for when I can't just spam arrows. So, and that's really physical. But let's see, so... Yeah, I now have my poison ball. That's something. Okay, so... Got all these. Zebra... So yeah, I got those cats. I'm just missing now the one in the desert in that arena. Yeah, I should stock... I guess I should restock my bombs. But I'm not... I don't really want to go back and re-grab everything. And this isn't the cheapest potion, but it's fine. Yeah. Yeah, I remember Red Knight. Like, there's really not many characters. I don't think there was any character I played that I didn't have fun with. Because even in worst case, it's just building out strength. Because that doesn't change between characters. But magic is so much fun with everyone. Okay. Wait, I can't... I need the horn, which I don't have yet. Right, I had to go in there to see that. Oh, 10 damage a swing is not bad. Oh, and Peasant Knights. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Man, I am not looking forward to the Eskimos when I get to them. Those are going to be rough. Mainly because I remember them dealing so much damage, even with defense on those builds. But this is going to go all Paper Tiger at this point. Oh, okay. Ah, damn it. Oh no, not great. Out, I gotta pay more attention to magic. Oh, what? What? I'm a bit confused on what happened there. I attacked after I died. I didn't know I could do that, but that's fascinating. Again, the things I learn when I'm mashing, trying to get out of a bad situation. Oh, yeah, that was not a great setup for me. Because unfortunately, I'm just not capable of dealing with those big guys as easily. Okay. Wait, is this a bomb spot? I seem to think it's a bomb spot, but I don't... Yeah, it's not. Okay. Dig, as you were saying, so I guess I probably missed this. Oh, why is it so perfect? Yep. The frog. Okay, again, I need experience, so thanks for the tip. Again, it's been a long time and I forget a lot of these things. So I don't mind the advice at all. Not where I wanted to be. This is working a bit better. Not much, but it's working. Mash it out, and we'll get through it. Oh yeah, I know. The Chimstones, yeah, you can get health and items out of them. But I just don't... Oh, right, Forest Knights. These guys are not too bad. Except when they get behind you. Things are now getting tough enough that I can't just easily kill them. That's fine. Well, what do you hold? There we go. The candlestick. Angry Forest Knights. Let's get some distance so I can actually kill them before they do anything to me. Yeah. There's a lot of things that are gonna cause me issues. I really should probably put points in defense at this point, but I think I'm just gonna go all the way and see how far I can make this. Because, I don't know. This is very similar to playing through on, like, whatever, on, like, the hard mode. Where everything kills you in one hit. Oh, yeah, no. Physical damage sucks. Like, resistance sucks. But I do have magic now, so I can throw that if I have to. Okay. Backing off so I can... Well, there's another troll fight, so I guess I can do that now, but I need to... There we go. I think I'm already past it, but I will try and nab it if I can. So, can I go back there? Yeah, okay. I'm not hitting when I need to hit. That's fine. Maybe I should deal with the troll first before I start trying to deal with other things. There we go. So I guess I'm actually making pretty good pace for my goals. In that, yeah, I might be able to clear the game before I really want to, before I normally would call the end of streaming. Which would be fun. Yeah. Okay. Well, that troll was not being as helpful as the one in the forest, but that's fine. Okay. Am I not hitting the spot, or... Where am I? Ah, we got it. Thank you. Okay, and I got my lollipop back, so yeah. Thanks for the tip again. We got it. We're good to go. But again, I'm gonna keep the lollipop with the extra agility right now. It's just... Okay, that force stun from the magic is... Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, this game is I will agree, this game is amazing multiplayer. So... Come on. I don't need the snail, I need the giraffe for EXP shenanigans. Come on. Here we go. Perfect. Yeah, Shovel can be very picky. Ow. Well, at least these guys aren't as good with magic as they are with physical attacks, because that should have done a lot more damage if it was. Ah, yes, the corn boss. That's what I'm about to deal with. Okay, so that's... Where is it? Ow! Let's try and... There it is. I remember this boss being a pain. Because I don't think it actually is... I think it's hit-based and not actually damage-based. But I don't know that for certain. Because I know you have to knock off all the corn. Yep. I've got your number now. Oh, I managed to bring in the peasant knights. That's lovely. Ow. Lesson learned. Oh, it's so fast now. That's why this boss becomes kind of a pain, because it's just... Yeah. Whoa. Mm-hmm. Okay, I need to be more careful about my distances, because that is getting me killed. Ah. Got him. Oh, yeah. And now I have the horn, so I can go do the Medusa. Yeah. Yeah. That's gonna suck having to deal with resistant enemies. I've got options, but yeah, it's not gonna be fun. So the smart thing would probably be to put 2 points in defense right now. But I'm not gonna play smart. We're just gonna go big or go home. That's what I'm gonna do. Let's see. I have the money for it. And I'm stocked up, I guess. I don't... That's defensive weapons. There we go. Now I've got the pig, and that's all good. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think I fight a couple more of the Forest Knights here. You know, this is probably the one stage where I'd actually might want to take the Sea Dragon or whatever it is. It lets you just move freely in water. Okay. Backing up so I can fire more archers. Okay. Got him. Yeah. Okay. I can do that. I will attempt for it. I don't... there's just wall decoration. Okay. Yep. Yep. This is the one level where it's just like, hey, that thing we gave you for free, you might want to have had it for this. But it's even then, it's not worth taking the entire way. Oh. No, I'm actually playing on Steam right now. So yeah. If I was playing on Xbox, I would have a lot more stuff, but I played this a ton on my friend's Xbox, and got a lot of stuff done. So this is just me playing on Steam now. So. Dig! And the chicken, yep. Ooh. Okay, yep, they're right on top of me. Why is this one glued to me? Don't like that, but... Yep, got the chicken. Oh, good. Okay. Money from the statues, right. These things are... I remember them being valuable. It looks like a dig spot, but I don't think it is. I'm gonna check. Yep. Yeah, and I'm just having to run back. It's fine, though. Oh, that's their... I don't remember that being their jump magic, but yeah, makes sense. Money. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's the same weapon, but worse, is essentially what that was. That sounded like a hit, but I didn't take damage. And I certainly wasn't blocking. Okay. There we go. Well, if I know my... Let's see here, so let's see if I can dig anything up here. No? Okay, that's fine. And everyone's surrounding me, that's fine. Yeah, the fact that even with all the damage on this, I'm actually still doing... I'm still gaining levels because of how fast it's hitting is just absurd to me. I mean, normally when I build, like when I was doing strength builds, the problem I'd always run into is things would die too fast for me to get experience from them. But in this, despite having a high damage output on the bow, I'm still gaining levels at a pretty good rate. Oh, dig on the stair? What? Oh, okay. Where am I digging? Let's see if I can find the spot. Yeah, I'm not gonna... Is it this stair, I guess? Yeah, I'm missing it. Because I'm thinking off... I'm not finding any dig spots on this, so... I don't know. I guess I'm not too concerned with it, so... Whatever I'm missing, I guess I'll just miss. Rather than search through and get everything. This boss might suck. Because I remember it being a pain. Okay. Well, archery is making this easy. Oh, okay. Don't like that. Getting out of that. Yeah, I remember this being a pain. Like, just getting up close and doing strength attack, like doing doing physical attacks, but yeah, because of that. Though I guess I'm not doing bad damage. Yeah. I mean, if my physical attacks are doing half of my bow damage, that's pretty decent. I still would like more damage, though. Yeah, I remember this level being a nightmare. That's the button I was looking for. 20 damage, 360, so that's not too terrible. Yeah, they're gonna take a lot to go down, but it's fine. It's fine! Just, yeah. And there we go. They have a ton of health, and it still sucks. Yep. Yep. That's why I'm trying to throw in... I got greedy. That's why I'm trying to throw in poison just to stack up some extra damage. And it's not nice that I have to deal with the rocks at the same time. I know they come in a pattern, but it's a little hard to focus on. Yeah. It's not that they're that dangerous when I have the bow, it's just they take a while to die. Yeah, the other thing is these guys are just heavy, so you can't juggle them either. Not without... Well, it's not easy to juggle them. So, it's, they're very dangerous in that regard. Yeah. Again. Yeah, they have a lot of health, and I am, just gonna have to chew through them. Whoop! Okay, yep. Let's grab this, and then, You know what? We're gonna do something stupid, and that's what I'm gonna do. And then I'm just gonna try and group them by using the stairs, because, yeah. Man, they really, yeah. Yeah. And I don't know the juggle setups for any of the big heavy guys. Man, it feels like that's different than back when I played, because normally they'd get really confused by ladders. But now it's like, oh, you went up the ladder? Well then, I'm gonna go up too. Yeah. But normally I'm used to dying a lot at this spot, just because, yeah, again, even with defense, these guys are very strong. But... and I think I have to kill them, unfortunately. So, yeah. Okay, you know what? We're gonna go up top. That should be flat. I'm not having to deal with some of this uneven ground bullshit that's making me lose some arrows into things that aren't arrowable. Well, there's is some uneven ground. Yeah, 60... ow! That was meat in the nick of time. Oh, okay. Oh, damn it. Damn it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I gotta do it again. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Yeah. I gotta have a better... there's gotta be a better strategy than what I'm doing here. But it's the only thing I got. So... oh, I never noticed that deer. Just flying past the moon there. Yeah, I should be more careful and remember I have potions. That is, that was my cardinal mistake. That and trying to get fancy with it once the Eskimo showed up. Or, yeah. I guess it's just a parka? I don't know. It's probably insulting to use that as a descriptor of them. Insulting to the indigenous peoples and whatnot. I should be better about that, but I don't know what to call them other than that. I just remember that being the description when I was back when I was looking up stuff. So, that's not good. Yeah. I don't really know why they didn't implement it, but I guess it's not always easy to do, so. And there's always some weird... oh! Yeah. I gotta focus and not look away when they can get behind me and murder me. These are things I have to deal with. But yeah. It's not the easiest thing to implement in the world sometimes. Because, you know, different platforms have different little problems. Yeah, since I do have to kill them. Oh, okay. That's fine. Yeah, just gotta keep spamming until they die. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Whoop. Okay. Yeah, I don't need to re-grab stuff. It's unlocked once you get it once. Oh, I'm through the knights. That's great. Well, unless they decide to throw more at me. Which, yay, more. Ow. Whoa. Okay, that worked. No, 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 no. This is out. Just die already. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to restock on potions if this is how it's gonna go. Oh, right, right. Yeah. I do remember that. But it is what it is, and I'm not gonna go back and change now at this point. Well, I might if I die again. Everything has damage resistance at this point. Come on. Oh, okay, perfect. Rocks, swamps, fur. Okay, cool. Well, now we got a checkpoint, so I don't... Oh, cult minions are not easy. Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be a whole thing. Pretty sure I can do this. Or... I can now air combo a bit. I can air combo these guys, so this is going to be a little bit... Let's just have some fun. Okay, took an arrow. That's not great. Great! Oh, yeah. I remember the cult guys, yeah, they are the worst, from what I remember. Yeah. Ugh. I am now playing with fire. I am definitely in death range. Any hit'll kill me, and I should heal, but I don't want to because I am surprisingly close to leveling. I do like this music, though. Like, this game has a lot of really great music. There is no denying that. There we go, got the level, got the safety. Oh yeah, no, I know. Like, there is nothing stopping me from backtracking. And, again, I just might at some point, but at this point I'm not super invested in doing it. Ah! I can't really clear them off the, thing up. Yeah, no, I can't clear that. That's, That does nothing. I was just like... ah. Yep. I am nowhere near leveling, so I'm just gonna take a heal, and, yeah, I should get better with blocking, but I'm not going to. there's not really any soundtrack, like any music in this game that I think I'd really say is like, it's not great. Like all of it's really good. Which is a nice thing in a beat 'em up, just to have music to, you know, groove out to while smashing things is great. It's it's an underrated thing, but it's something that I do enjoy. There we go. Interesting. Oh, come on. What knocked me out of that? Oh, okay. I probably should be a bit more cautious. Especially looking at my potion count. But, whatever. Come on. This is a lot of guys, and yeah, this is the downside of the archery strategy. And unfortunately, I'm kind of botching my run-ins that I should be able to pull with agility, but you know, we're getting those juggles in and getting to work. Okay. Yep. There we go. No? You're still alive? No, not anymore. Oh. I think we're almost out of this map. Okay, so dig spot in the snow. Yeah, so let's see. It's gotta be something. Oh, okay. Is there anything you might do? I gotta try not to die to enemies, though. It's really where I'm at. Yeah, I see that dig spot. So, yeah. Whoop. Here we go. Yeah. I really did forget how long these levels take because of how tanky everything is. Yeah. So I'm probably not going to be able to finish this, unfortunately, but I'm still going to try. Ooh. That is a... I guess it's a duck, a penguin? It's some kind of bird. Oh, maybe that was not the right spot. I should... Again, I need to focus on fighting and less on styling. Which was really all that was. Technically I was doing one pretty, but yeah. It's fine. It's fine. Man, this is one of those things that... come on. There we go. Got you good. Okay. So I think... Isn't this right around the castle? Hmm? Ah, yeah, there's the horn symbol. Do I have to stand up here? Yep. Okay. Yep. I don't know. Like, that beak does not look very sharp and chickenish. So. Hmm? Oh, I go up there. Okay. Hmm? No, nothing? Okay. That is not what I want. Oh. Ah, damn it, I'm not listening well enough for this. So that's 2 arrow shots. Damn it! That's bad. Because we're like, yeah, again, it's just the whole, they're right on top of me, so I can't react to it. Whoa. Just die. Wait, meat? Oh, that's a weapon. That is a weapon. Is there something back here? No, I can't grab it. Okay, so that would have been before. I just kind of sprinted through that room. Yeah, so of course I missed what was in there. Oh well, I'll keep an eye out if it wasn't from that room, but yeah. Yeah, that's on me. So I'm gonna die, and that's gonna be, that's what's gonna happen here. I was not standing on things, and that just still got me. Yeah, this is gonna be a death, and then I'm gonna have to go get more potions. Oh, see, it's stuff like that, where I need to read the attack and not just walk right into it. I might be able to pull it off, but I think this is gonna be... The fact that it's just, you know... Hey, I can't make any mistakes now. Is really problematic. Ooh. Oh, I leveled. Okay, this is now reasonable. I think I can take a couple hits. Oh, come on. If I could get this thing to stop raining ice on me, which is not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Because every time it does stop, he's just gonna start it again. I'm sorry, that hit me? That hit me? Yeah, because he speeds up every time you get... Yeah, I can get a couple of swings in now. Not gonna do me much. This is gonna be a long one. Damn it, didn't get lined up appropriately. This is... this is just terrible Icicle RNG. Because I am not getting any chance to do anything because of these icicles. And there it is again. If these did not last for so damn long. Oh no! Yeah, damn it, I need another good one of those. And we're now getting doubled. Oh. Yeah, he's almost dead, so now things are getting crazy. Oh man. Can we just stop with this, please? I would appreciate an ability to attack more than that. Yeah, so... yeah, I'm not gonna get a chance to attack, but I'm not at risk of dying, so... that's fine, I guess. This is just gonna take forever. If I could just get an attack cycle in on him that is not my melee, I could kill him. Because it's ice physics plus this. This is not ideal at all. Okay. I am just getting what I can get done. That was a bit of a weird physics. Wait. I think melee is probably better. Except for I risk the damage there. No, get out of there. Come on. Okay, I just need to stop getting fancy and trying to just... Damn it, missed the shot. We almost got him. Pulled it out. Okay, what was that? Oh. Yeah, having extra magic bow stuff, that would be fun. That would be fun. I'm a little surprised I pulled through that level without dying. Fully, you know, other than the intro part on Full Moon. Cause yeah, that area would suck to do deathless. But yeah, no. Magic bow stuff would be cool. I mean, just actually having extra magic in that. I would agree. Having more stat interactions would be great. Man, I'm so glad I got through that. And I still haven't learned my lesson, so... Interesting. Is this gonna be expensive for me? Yes, it's gonna be very expensive. That's buried treasures. But that's also all my money, so yeah. I mean, it's cool. I mean, I don't know if I'll be playing this more again. I have fun with it. I might play it every now and then. It's just kind of a, I don't want to do anything big, so it's no big deal. I can't always say what I'm going to be playing. Like right now I've just been playing a lot of RPGs, so yeah. It is what it is. Mostly because those RPGs are incredibly long, and even though I'm getting close to the end of them, it's just, yeah. Okay. So let's double check the stats. I'm beginning to think it might have been smarter to put it all into strength and then just go with that, but you know what? I just gotta write it out at this point. Okay. Okay. I got a bit more time, but yeah. I don't know. I might be able to get to the end of this game now. Even going a little long, I think I'll be able to finish this this playthrough. Let's see if I can make a clean flight. Probably not. But we'll try. Oh, yeah, see, that's the thing. Oh, right. I took one last hit on the end. Okay. Whatever, we're in the castle, we got through that. Oh, the cultists. The cultists. Whoa. Ow? Did I just take a clip hit on that? That is such a weird little delay on death that I've never noticed before. Oh, man. I took a magic blast and that hurt. Oh, we got him? Great. Oh yeah, no, this is gonna be bad. This is gonna be bad. Time to switch up my strategy a little bit. And just throw melee out occasionally and juggle across the map. Okay, yeah, that worked a little better. Oh. Oh, I hate that jump. No, I hit the wrong button. Meant to hit my magic. Meant to hit my magic. Really? I don't even get my status effects? That sucks. Ugh. Okay, he got to pull off his jump magic before he died, so that's something. So, I did restock on potions. That's good. Just keep working on it. Oh. Yeah. That is kind of the point, I guess, of them not being able to take magic damage, so. Luckily, this isn't going to be too bad to start. It's going to get bad, but it's fine for now. Oh, okay, that's actually a little bit of a problem. Now we're on the tube phase. Luckily, agility, so I can get out of there. Oh man, I'm just having to rely entirely on this. It's kind of fun. Oh, we're getting 3. It's fine. I should be okay. But after this, I should probably heal before the next set, actually. I mean, we'll see. Oh. Okay, we're okay. Yeah, these guys only die in one hit, so where are you? I could probably... There we go. I really want to save and conserve as many of my potions as I can. Even though I guess I don't really need to. Because I think... Yeah, I think it saves progress. For each boss you kill. But... I've been wrong on things before. I remember there being a combo that I always had by this point. But I just don't have it, I guess. Oh well. It is what it is. So this fight's gonna be a little rough too. Actually, no, it won't be too bad. Ow. Oh! I have not seen many of these attacks. Yeah, okay. This is bad. Oh, okay. I'll dig in those. If we get through this fight as clean, if we get through this fight, I'll certainly try. This is actually working pretty well. No. Okay. I could be cocky and try and do it during the fight, but I don't think that's good with how little health I have. I am not good enough for that. But hey, I'm gonna level up again, so that's something. Okay, I need to just... Yep. Whoa! Whoa, that was again very damn it. Yeah, okay. Do I have to do that? If I have to do that whole thing again, that's gonna be a bit problematic. I didn't know you could block it, but blocking is not probably gonna help me, because it's... I don't think, so... Oh... I got greedy. If I have to do the whole thing again, it's gonna be a bit of a problem, but... It's what I get for my hubris, I guess. Hey, another level. Yeah, I've never really been in the habit of blocking a ton, which is certainly my own folly, but... Oh, it is what it is. I am so glad they're not doing the just straight line shot, they're trying to jump attack, which does not work. Yeah, I know I can dig after the boss, but I was just like, I can't damage it during this time, so maybe I'll just do something useful. Yeah, okay, so we're good. It's just, yeah, I know I can dig after it, and I will probably do that this time, unless I feel unless I feel I can get away with it. Because unfortunately, I did not. That was some cherries, and I'm gonna grab it. Unfortunately, I gotta deal with this walk-up again, but... More Agi. Oh! Sweet! Got their weapon. Now I need to pick up my lollipop again. Not that that's bad, it's I remember it actually being a really good weapon. Alright. And there we go. Okay. So we'll get through this again. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. I remember that being a really good weapon. Sometimes you just get lucky with drops. But okay. Okay, that actually it's ow. Really? That does very little damage. I'm a yeah. I could have gotten away with the dig there. I definitely could have. Yeah. That only does 6 damage, which is surprising. I do find it funny they can hit each other, but it does nothing. Okay, it should be in his death phase, I think, about now. Yep. So he'll be at his highest speed. Yeah. Yeah, I imagine getting crushed is a little bit better than having to dodge. But high agility means I can kind of get away with it. If you could turn around, please, and I could kill him this... Ow. Got him. Okay. Whew. Again. Sometimes me reading chat gets me punched. Which is real bad when I don't have health and defense. Oh well. Yeah. There we go. Got it. Okay, what's this one? Oh, fucking Necromancer. This is bad. Let's take safety. Ow. I thought the potion auto-used if you had it equipped. That's... that's weird. I thought... Yeah. Huh. It did not. That is very odd to me. Is that a setting? Did I turn that off somewhere? Because I don't think so. Game settings. Would that be... No. Wait, what? Okay, that's fine. Whatever. I just remember auto-potioning. And that's saving my ass so many times. It's fine, but I'm not happy with it, is the short end of that. Okay. Damn. Oh. I didn't realize that was a co-op only thing. Well, good to know then. Again, I'm seeing a lot of death attacks, and that's like they're dead, they do the attack, and then they die afterwards. I don't remember seeing that a ton. Then again, I guess I never really used bows like this. Normally, I don't build agility this high. I tend to go a bit more strength-based, but... yeah. Yeah. Yeah, these guys aren't perfect lightweights, but they're not heavies either. It's so weird where they exactly fall weight-wise. Ugh. And I'm full health again. Okay. Oh, let's see what I can get through. Yeah, just spawn them all at me. Ah, come on. There we go, we're good. I think I've worn most of them down. Okay, ate that magic in the face, and I'm in a corner. But I think most of them drop health, so that's the only thing that makes this a little bit forgiving. We're good for that wave. Oh, no. Oh, come on! I got crit. Oh. Okay. As much as I really do want to... as much as I want to fight my way through and finish it when I'm so close to the end... Because I think, it's just the Necromancer and then the final fight. But I got too many. I got other responsibilities I got to deal with, so I won't be able to finish this. Damn, I was so close. Maybe some more points in defense or something. Anyway, that's where I'm unfortunately gonna have to call the stream. I had a lot of fun playing, so I might do this again. Might do a different character. Who knows? But yeah, I know. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the stream, and Yeah. I won't be streaming again until like next week, so yeah. Last stream for a while. And I'm glad I had a lot of fun doing it. So, see you when I see you.